Are live. Hello, Deepa. How are you doing?
I'm great, Paul. Thanks for having me for the third time.
The third time. And now it looks like we're getting some people in the room. So we'll let people get in for a moment and they'll take just a moment and then we'll go ahead and get started officially. Give them just a minute or two. But I'm really excited about this topic because I'm really into AI. I use it quite a bit. And so this should be really helpful for the churches and nonprofits as well, because I don't think that I could do my job as efficiently as I have with AI, with the advent of AI these last few years.
Yep. Even I don't think I can go back to the old ways of doing things. I'm so used to the AI now.
And it's so funny. There are so many people that are against it. And I was just on a little chat a little bit earlier today where somebody was talking about um, they're not using it and they will not use it, and
And I wonder what the reasons are. It could potentially, I feel like there's so many of these myths around AI, like it's going to, I don't know, like there's so much like people just throw words without understanding. But I feel like once they understand what AI is, and they keep saying ethics, but AI is neutral. It's upon us how we
yeah,
use it. So we can use it for good, we can use it for bad, and the bad people aren't going to listen to us. They're going to use it nonetheless. But the good
right.
people freeze. They're like, oh, maybe AI is something that'll jump out and kill us or something like that. Like so.
It's true.
We need
It's
to
very
double
true.
down on using AI for good.
Yeah, yeah. It reminds me of same thing. I'm old enough to remember when hand calculators, were readily available for everyone, and people had the same argument. Same with computer. People had the same argument. So they continue. Let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I want to thank you for being with us again, as you said, for the third time. But I think this is a equally important topic, as well as the grant AI that you brought on before. So let me give a little bit of a background of Deepa, and we can go ahead and get started. So um, Deepa has been doing this for quite a while. She is definitely a power user. In fact, the how I found Deepa was she was posting some AI articles on LinkedIn, and I reached out to her, and she was uh, uh, graceful enough to respond to me, and that's how we got connected. But that's how I found Deepa. So let me just give you a little bit about her background. Deepa is the CEO of Grant Orb, and it's an AI powered platform that helps nonprofits write grants and proposals in minutes and seconds, really. She has extensive experience in philanthropy, including Salesforce Foundation. She co founded the United Way in Mumbai, demonstrating a deep commitment to community impact. A passionate expert at the intersection of AI technology and the nonprofit sector, and she's dedicated to empowering leaders with the new tools for greater impact. So thank you, Deepa. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me, Paul.
And let's go ahead and get started with a fun question. And what was the first wow moment you had with AI where you saw potential to truly change the game for nonprofits and churches?
Yeah, it was back in 2022. I was writing a book and I needed a really nice, pretty artwork for the book cover. And I didn't have access to a visual designer or didn't have money to actually get one. So I ended up using Midjourney, which is an AI tool that you basically just type in the image that you have in mind and it'll take those words, the text that you've typed in, and translate it into an image. And I was like, wow, this is mind blowing. Like, this is amazing. Like, can I keep this image? Is it mine? Like, that's the first time I felt abundance. Like, oh my gosh, I can create unlimited art, and I can improvise on it, and it doesn't punish me for not creating it good at the right time, at the beginning. You can iterate on it. So that technology really blew my mind because it solved my real problem as a social entrepreneur. I wanted something, it did it for me. And I'm like, how can we apply this technology to the nonprofit sector? That got me really thinking. And that was in 2022. So yeah, I've been thinking since then, and then ended up creating Grant Orb in 2023, which is basically exactly like Midjourney. You describe your idea in simple words, and I'll take that and create it into a polished grant proposal.
Yeah, that's true. I remember. So those that haven't this is their first time being at our Lunch and Learn. Deepa has been on here 3 times, and her first time she brought she talked about Grant Orb, and the second time she demonstrated it live, and we were blown away, all of us. I mean, Grant Orb is incredibly powerful. I've been doing this fundraising for almost 30 years, doing individual fundraising as well as grant writing. And the horsepower behind Grant Orb in terms of writing grants is it's like nothing I've ever seen. In fact, we're partners with Deepa, and we paid for the service because it's quite powerful, and we use it for our clients. So if you guys get an opportunity, look up Grant Orb. It is really, really powerful too. I've never seen
Thanks,
anything like
Paul.
it. No, I'm just being
Yeah,
honest.
I mean,
I'm not.
yeah, as a grant writer myself, like I know like the pain points of writing grants, right? And it is so time consuming and draining that you don't want to touch the next grant for at least 2 months, maybe, because you want to procrastinate as much as you want. You can. But
Correct.
with Grant Orb, it just makes it so easy. Like sometimes people still have hard time coming over their PTSD. Like, oh my gosh, is it done?
Yeah.
Like, is it done? Like, yeah, it is done. Your grant is done in
Yeah.
5 minutes.
So you turn yourself into more of an editor than an actual writer
Exactly.
is really what
Exactly.
it does. So, and it's not much to edit too. So I mean, it's really, really powerful. So, but let's go ahead and jump into, so what's your favorite AI tool you use every day?
So I love all the creative tools. Midjourney is my favorite.
Midjourney's a beast.
Yeah, it's a beast, and now you can, from the image that you create, you can even turn it into a video, like an quick 5 second, 8 second animation, just with a press of a button. You don't have to do much prompting or anything. So it's a creative tool, and I find it really it's great for unwinding. At the end of the day, I just spend all my time, instead of spending it on Instagram or something else, I spend it on Midjourney and I create stuff. So I really like that shift, because I'm spending less on social media and more on creating, which is amazing.
That's great. I'm a chat GPT. I
Okay.
spend a lot of time on chat. What's one myth about AI you'd like to bust right now?
That is going to destroy us. People keep saying that, like, it's, if we build it, it's going to kill us all, and I just don't get that. I don't know where they're getting all this. Like, dystopia sells. If you try to create dystopian scenarios, people want to read that, and that's what it's been. All our science fiction movies have been around AI coming and killing us, but that's not the case. So I would say, like, that's totally one myth I want to debunk. And we are the masters, we are the creators of AI. We've created AI, humans have created AI. We're going to be in control of how AI is going to be.
Mhm.
It's there to assist us, it's not going to take over us.
That's good. That's good to know, because a lot of people think that and they talk about that. Um, what's a non-technical skill that becomes more important in an AI-driven world?
I think effective communication is very important. To be able to clearly communicate to the AI what is it that you want the AI to do in, like, in a clear fashion. It's I think the most important skill these days, because AI understands our language. We don't need to be technical. We don't need to do any form filling or anything. We can just speak in a natural language. And but if we do not give clear instructions to AI, it will do things that you don't really, you don't like the results. So you might. So I think that's the most important skill now: effective communication
Yeah, and being able
with
to iterate. You need
Yes.
to sort of make adjustments as
Yes.
you prompt. And I usually start specific and then get go the other way around when it gets to. But anyway, those are very good suggestions. And then what's the dream collaborator to bring AI to the social sector?
I would say Pixar. We need more positive storytelling around AI. There's
Right.
like so much, I can't tell you, like, so, as somebody who's worked in the field, like I've worked in the slums of Mumbai with
Hmm.
United Way Mumbai, like, and somebody who's been in the nonprofit sector for so long, I feel like this technology is the best technology that's happened to our space because we can really accelerate impact. But then on the other side, I hear so much negativity about it, and I'm like, why are they talking about it like this? So I think we really need somebody who can at a mass wider scale tell positive stories, how we can use AI positively to change the world. And I think Pixar will be great.
That's good. That's really good. It really, there was a couple articles talked about how it really helped with the virus, coming up with the vaccine, how it was able to sort of do
Yeah.
things that we couldn't do,
And
in our,
also
go ahead.
cure for cancer and health, like that's the biggest potential for medicine and
Yeah,
stuff, because these machines can talk to each other,
right.
and reason and come up with breakthrough ideas at a speed that we can never imagine.
Exactly.
So it has huge positive potentials.
Yeah, I would agree. So let's go ahead, and we're going to have a question for the audience because we want to know sort of where you are in your use of AI. So we're going to put a poll up, and we're going to go ahead and ask you to fill it out, and we'll continue, but we want you to go ahead and fill it out. And so what this will do is this will help Deepa and myself tailor the conversation around where you are in terms of AI. And I don't know if I need to vote. Let me see. No, I don't. That's good. Okay, so make sure you vote if you guys can see the poll, and we will go ahead and continue. It should be straightforward. There we go. Some of the votes are coming in. We have 8 of them. Okay, it looks like the vast majority are saying we have a couple more. If a few more can vote, about half of you have voted. If a few more could vote, that would be great. So it would give more of a fuller number. But it looks like the half that has already voted, the large majority of them, about 40%, are sent now 45 because a few more have voted, are saying, I don't know if you can see it, Deepa.
I can see it. This is
Okay.
so insightful. I can't tell you.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
know where to start, which is a very relevant point. Like, we're worried about the cost, and I would want to address the cost because actually this technology is free to get started. So, um, and it brings down the cost of everything else. Like, imagine creating images or graphics.
Hmm.
It just brings down the cost radically of anything that you want to do with it. We lack the technical skills. So again, I would say this technology is best learned through practice. You
Hmm.
need to have some foundation skill, and this session today will give you those foundation knowledge to get started. But after that, it's all about doing and learning. That's how I learned. And I'm surrounded by AI engineers, and they were very strict with me, and I'm glad they were strict with me. They're like, you're not going to come to us for any questions. You're going to go to AI chatbots and talk to them. And now I literally chat with AIs like from morning to night. I'm just chatting with them. And the more you chat, the better you become. So
Hmm.
it's something that will come naturally, but you don't need technical skills. You need practice skills. And you need to be able to just chat with them in your language. That's it. Whatever is your language, if
Yeah.
it's Spanish, if it's English, if it's French, that language, it understands all languages. And then we just don't have time to learn something new. And I understand that's it's a big habit change, right? Because this technology didn't exist before 2022. It came in November, so it was pretty late. So, and now we have this, and it's such a powerful technology that once we start using it, we will see our work life transform, our personal
Hmm.
life transform. And so we need to make a conscious effort to start using it. So that's a mindset shift we need to bring, that whatever we do from today onwards, even if it's frustrating initially, we're going to do it with an AI.
I
chatbot?
would agree. I'm on it all the time. And for those that say that we don't have time to learn something new, the reason it's a good idea to really be on it every day. Use it to help you write papers. Use it to edit. Use it to do these things because you start learning how you can communicate with it, how to ask it questions in a way that you get. They call it prompt engineering, and you just are able to get it to do the things, and then you're ending up saving time. As I said earlier, before we really jumped into it, I use AI so much. I can't imagine me doing the volume of work that I do without it right now. I mean, I probably do between 60 and 70% more and faster than what I did before AI. I mean, it just, I remember I wrote a case for support for a family who had a foundation, and I used AI for the first time for that. I had to go in and do a lot of editing because this was about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and it wasn't where it was now. It ended up, putting ended up raising $11 million from that case for support. Of course, we had relationships that we built over time, but what they saw, how it was laid out, it helped us get $11 million. So you really need to find the time to learn this tool because it's going to be around, and those that don't know it are going to get left behind because it's just such a powerful tool. So
And
let's go ahead.
yeah, I
Go
would
ahead.
also say, like, for people who say we don't have time to learn, I would say start using it for non-work life. Like, for instance, like recipes. Like, I don't Google for recipes anymore. Like, if I need to bake banana bread or something, I just go to a chatbot and it just gives. I say, give me a simple, easy recipe for this, and it just gives me that. So personal stuff, like everything, like I'm shopping at a store and I want to compare two brands, I just take pictures of those two brands, put it into ChatGPT and say, give me all the thing, which one would be better.
Yeah,
So I'm using it for
it's
all
funny.
the
It
for
does
all things, and
everything.
then you will see it when you start using it in your personal life. You'll build practice, and then that phase you will translate that into your work life as
I will actually take a picture of my refrigerator and have it come up with
recipe.
recipes based off of what's in the refrigerator, and it's incredible. It's done some really. Anyway, let's keep going. For a pastor who feels overwhelmed by technology, I guess we talked about that a little bit. How do you explain generative AI in a simple, non-technical way?
Yeah, so I would say think of it as a generative AI as a computer brain. It's a computer brain that has read all the books, has all of the world's knowledge, has seen everything, and it can process information much faster than a human brain. So that is what generative AI is. So everything that we do, computer brain does it exponentially faster. If we take 5 hours to read a document, I'll do it in 5 seconds. So it's that good. So we need to use that computer brain along with the human brain. It's like always AI plus human collaboration. And so that's what generative AI is. It can create, just like, based on our knowledge, we can create things, we can create images and everything. It's like multi-skilled. It can create videos, images, audio, like it can do so much, like all of the world's knowledge and skills it has in it. So it's an expert of everything.
I would agree. Let me ask one more question, and maybe you can start, with a few examples. Many leaders hear AI and they think expensive. What are two or three free or low cost tools a church can use to get started today?
Yeah, so all the chatbots. So there are many types of AIs. There are AIs that you can chat with, because those chat applications are connected to the computer brain, which has all the world's knowledge. And you can chat with them in your natural language and ask for any kind of help and guidance or expertise, or reword this email. And so all the chatbots are free. You can get started for free. So, for instance, Paul talked about ChatGPT. That's one kind of a chatbot. There is Google's chatbot called Gemini. So if you use Gmail, or if you have like workspace, Gmail workspace, if you're in the Google ecosystem, you can use Gemini. Then there is uh, DeepSeek, which is a really good chatbot as well. It's free. You can use Claude, which is also free. And they give you daily limits, so you can only do this much work, and they'll cut you off after you reach that limit, and they'll say your next allowance, like quota, I call it quota, like because we use it for coding a lot and we get cut off suddenly, and they say your next quota begins at 11 a.m. so and so time, so basically then you can come back and chat with it, but it's free. And I use a lot of other AI applications, like I use AI music, like I create music, and I'm never paid for it. Like there are two really great music creation tools. It's called Audio. I can send you a list later, and they give you daily credits, so you can create X number of music tracks every day, which is free. Then there are video creation tools. A lot of them they will put the little watermark at the end of it, but they are free to use. So but if you go, for instance, if you pay for Gemini, which is $20 a month subscription, you get a chatbot, you get VO3, which is like creating Hollywood style videos, you get images, like you get like a whole toolkit, and it's pretty reasonable, as you see, like it can do so much. Like I know we, like at Grant Orb, we use AI a lot for coding, and we've actually have the Claude $200 per month account because we code so much, and our engineers totally love it because it is literally equivalent to another engineer that can do that kind of work.
Yeah,
So
and it finds problems as well. I mean,
yeah,
it's incredible. Yeah, it's incredible. I think that one of the easiest ways to use it is to use it as an editor. Upload your stuff and have it edited. I mean, it's you'll be blown away. You can suggest to add different subtopics to it. It's incredible.
or like if you have like a PDF documents, you can attach that and ask it to summarize it into 5 key
Right,
points. I use that a lot. I can show you a few slides later on, like how
right.
what the kind of stuff you can do with it. So that'll give you an idea.
Okay. And then lastly, community outreach is vital. How can AI help a church or nonprofit analyze data to identify and respond to the most pressing needs in the neighborhood?
Yeah, you can, you can put, like, you can go to a chatbot, like the ones that we just named, ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude, and just say your church is located in so and so neighborhood or zip code, and tell me the most pressing issues based on the last census data, or for what are the most challenges faced by single parent households. And so it's very data driven. It'll give you the data for it. You can press the search, there's a search button, so it'll get you the most up-to-date data, and based on that, then you can also do creative thinking with AI. You say, okay, now based on this data, can you help me identify what will be the most effective programs that we can create to address so and so concern, and so you're very data driven. It's not hearsay. And what I've seen is that these chatbots are amazingly creative with ideas, like in coming up with ideas, sometimes that we might not think of. And they'll give you a list of like 10 ideas or 10 ways you can, address the situation. And you can choose the one that you think is great. And, so it's really great with stuff like that.
So maybe we can go ahead and jump in and look at some examples
Oh,
that you can do, and maybe it might be a good idea. And while you're getting ready for that, I remember when I was in Houston and I was speaking to one of my brother's best friends. I was at his church and I was speaking to one of his name is Pastor Rudy Ramis, and they there was a gentleman sitting next to me, and he was a pastor, and he was telling me he starts his sermons with using AI. He comes up with the topic, he comes up with the subtopics and all this, and he has it write it. And he said he's able to write it in his voice. Then he goes in and edits it. And he said it cut his preparation for a sermon down by 2/3. And I was blown away.
yeah, it's great for brainstorming, so you can brainstorm and get all the information from the AI and then weave in that raw knowledge. And then again, ask AI for like, how will it come across, if I deliver
Right.
sermon, how will it come across? What will people interpret from it? And this is how I use, like I write something and then I say, how will people take this message, help. And so the AI will say, this is how they're going to understand it. And if I don't like something, I change it and improvise. So
And you can, the other thing too is you can graduate it or lower it. Like you can make it, professor level, or you can make it down to,
a
a
five
fifth
grader.
grader. It's
Yeah, exactly.
incredible. It can do that.
Okay, so I won't spend time on talking about myself,
Sure,
but
please.
I want to show you these chatbots. So LLM is the large language model. So when I was saying it's the AI is basically like, think of it as a computer brain. So that computer brain's technical name is large language model, and it has been trained on all of humanity's knowledge. Maybe not all, but most of humanity's knowledge. And there are many different kinds of chatbots that you can use, and there are different companies that have built these chat applications so you can access that knowledge. You can talk to them in human language and it'll respond to you. So ChatGPT is one, Gemini is one, Claude is one. I've used almost all of them except Copilot because I don't use Microsoft products. But if you in your nonprofit or church has Microsoft accounts, then there's Copilot. Meta AI, it's great for seeking quick information, and you'll find this inside Facebook and Instagram. Like there's a bit of they have a chat thing. That's Meta, the company behind Facebook and Instagram. The chatbot, I don't use it for work related stuff, but if you need like quick answer to something, it's really great for that. And then DeepSeek is another one. It's free, and you can get started with that too. So when you go inside these tools, if you click on something, these are all the tools that these computer brains have access to. Like it can create an image, it can search the web, it can write code, it can do deep research. So if you want to, like for instance, like community outreach. So if you you want to understand your community's pain points, you can put the information about where your church is located and ask it to do a deep research in terms of identify all the potential businesses or all the potential people that you should approach for raising funds from, or help me identify all the problems that are deeply concerning in my neighborhood. And so you can do a deep research, things like that with it. And
You can even do collaborators. I mean, it's incredible.
so that's that. And then I wanted to show you a little ad. So I use these chat like AI video tools to create commercials from my own startup, and I just wanted to show you.
We're in the field always, no time to sit and write grants. That's why I use Grant.org. We're in the field always, no time to sit and write grants.
And it looks like Easy. This is the platform that we're on, is Easy Webinar, and
Okay.
Zoom would do this as well. But the thing is that video,
Yeah.
it looks a lot better than it does on the screen here. I mean, it looks like
Oh,
a
really?
regular
We're in
commercial.
the field always, no time
It's showing
to
a little
sit
bit of
and
delay
write
here,
grants.
but
That's why
when you
I
see it
use
live, it's amazing.
Grant.org. We're in the field always.
And just to give you an idea, I literally took 2 minutes to create this video. The hard part is coming up with concepts, so maybe, and then also you can brainstorm with the chatbot. So
Yeah, you can have it come up with a concept, and you can
yeah,
agree or
but
disagree.
I would always suggest that you have like an initial concept, and then take it to the chatbot and then brainstorm and evolve that concept. Otherwise, if you go to the chatbot directly and say, give me ideas for this, it might give you very generic ideas. So sometimes if you want to stand out, like have like an initial thought or an idea about
I
what
would
is it that
agree.
you want to do. Then this is an image I created of a community garden. This you can create for your impact reports or anything using Mid Journey. And again, it took me literally seconds to create this image. These are cartoons, and this AI man, I wanted to show like how it boosts productivity. I used ChatGPT to create this one, and as you can see, they're very good with text on images. Like you can also, while it's creating your image, it also can insert text on it. This was a skill that AIs lacked like a year ago, but now they have it. And so this is another graphic that I created using ChatGPT, write grants like a pro. Like, so, like literally it took seconds to create this one as well. And then you can create podcasts. So this is what I was talking to Paul yesterday when we were discussing about all the different ways that AI can be used at the church. Sometimes when you deliver a lecture or a sermon, and you want people who missed it, who didn't attend the service, and you want to reach out to them, like you can. I know you put a recording out, but you can also have a podcast. So there is an app called Notebook LM, and you just put the notes, like your the document, like the script, put it up there, and it'll just create it into a podcast instantly. So I'm going to play this so you can hear the two AIs talking. They're not real people, but they're talking about this
The sermon.
the information that you
Oh, the
share
information.
with them. Yeah. So this is like a course I built when I around a book that I had written, and I built a course around it, and I wanted, now that I had access to turn it into a podcast, I did that.
Have you heard about Ukraine DAO?
They used the power of the internet to raise $7 million
Yeah.
in just 5 days to support their fight for freedom.
Wow.
That's the potential of impact DAOs, and we're diving deep into how they work,
Yeah.
their impact, and how you can even get involved.
Ukraine DAO is a powerful example
Of how quickly these decentralized organizations
Yeah.
can mobilize resources for a cause.
And it highlights the increasing interest in using blockchain for social good.
So this was, as you can see, like here the two voices, it's AI voices. And so whatever, like what it does, it makes any boring topic also pretty compelling. So if you want, if there are like policies in your organization and you want all your volunteers to know about those policies, what you can do is you can take those documents, put it into Notebook LM, and turn it into an audio. You can turn your blogs into audio, like podcasts like this. So you can have multiple formats, because sometimes people don't like reading. They like listening more than reading. And so they can listen to the blogs, they can listen to the policies, they can listen to the sermon that was delivered. So there are many ways to now get the information across.
Yeah, it's amazing. I
It's-
mean,
Have you heard
do-
about Ukraine
Sorry,
DAO?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I wanted to go next. Yeah, sorry. I'm going to stop. I'm going to show you how to create music as well. So,
And then I want you to show them how to, do some practical stuff in church, like, put together a sermon or anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so this is music, and I feel like music is such a great form of storytelling, but not before we couldn't. Not everybody could create music, right? And we don't have the skills. I can't sing, or I don't know how to produce music. But now with AI, you can quickly, like in seconds, create music. And so I created a song for Grant Orb, and I also used a chatbot I actually highlighted all the key points about Grant Orb, and I put it into a chatbot, and I said, give me the lyrics of this song, and you can reference an artist if you want, if you like an artist like Eminem or whoever artist that you like. You might just reference that artist, and it can create lyrics based off your points, and then you can use Udio or Suno. There are these two music creation tools, and I bet Google will also have one very soon, and they'll convert it into music. So this is one I created for Grant Orb.
Yo, listen up. I got a story to tell about Grant Orb, a tool that'll serve you well in the world of grants. It's a crazy mess, but this AI's got the key to success. It's like magic, yo, how it gets things done. Write proposals faster than a speeding gun. Any topic, anytime, it's always ready. Making your grant game strong and steady.
So that
That's cool.
And then, Grant Orb, like this is again a tool which is as easy as all of the other tools that I just showed you. Where if you want to write a grant, you basically just put your thoughts about what is the grant that you want to write about, like, or the project that you want to seek the funding for, and just create outline. AI writes the whole application, like all of these sections, or whatever the sections of your grant application form are, it'll write it all. It takes about 2 minutes. And then you have your grant, and you can read it, edit it. If you want to update it with AI, you can do it that as well. So One more thing I wanted to show, like I know with you, we record all our sermons, and we might have recordings of our a volunteer day or something like that. And if you want to now take that and translate into a blog post, you have it in the video format, but you want to translate it into a blog post. What you can do is you can just drop the YouTube link in Gemini. Chatbot has this ability to read the whole video. Like it'll go through the entire video frame by frame, frame by frame in like 2 seconds. And then you can ask it to write a blog post based off that, so it reduces your work. You don't have to write the blog post. You just have to read it and make sure, like, your role is now of a verifier. You have to verify the outputs of the AI, like it, that make sure it has done the job and it has done it right. So that's,
Because it does make mistakes.
yeah, because it could miss few things, or it could. So you just have to just verify. You are the reviewer, and AI is the doer. And you can create games. Like this is again using chatbots. So these are more like, this is recipes. Like if you want to give your community like some wholesome recipes of what is fresh in the market today and what can you make out of it. You can literally go to the grocery store, take pictures of 4 things, ask the chatbot to come up with a recipe, and it's very creative. It's a good way to learn to consume vegetables in different ways. And it created a recipe for me, which I actually tried and was amazing.
Yeah, it's very good at that. Very
And
good.
website design, like, so sometimes, you want to make your messaging more powerful on the internet. Like, why should people give, or why should people come attend the service, or that why has to be communicated really clearly. And you can use the help of the chatbots now. So what you can do is you can take a screenshot of your existing website and put it into one of the chatbots and ask it to make it better. Say my goal is to get more people clicking on my website, or my goal is to get more people donating to us. Explain your end goal to the AI, and then based on this end goal, help me redesign my website. And you can prototype the design in the chatbot in seconds, and then you can probably, whoever maintains your website, you can give it to them and say, hey, this is the kind of copy I want, or
And one of the things that you're able to do too is you can be very specific. So if there's someone who has a website that you like,
exactly,
you can tell chat, or I should say one of the AI or chat bots, to look at this website, or a couple. Say, look at these 3. I really like these 3. I like this aspect, this aspect. Put them all together, and it will do that. It'll of course make it specific for yours. So you can utilize it in a very specific way.
Yeah, I've done that actually. It's really good because some websites inspire you, and some big companies, they've already spent so much money figuring out everything. Like I just take the screenshot of their website, put it into the chatbot, and say this is theirs, and I would want mine to look like that. And so it'll do. And I always think like they have really invested resources in figuring out every little placement of a button and this and that, like the big companies. So might as well leverage the knowledge,
Exactly.
And yeah, so this is my last slide, but I would also emphasize on this at the end. Like this image I created using a chatbot, and Act Now also came on top of it, which was also created like at the same time while it created the images. So what I wanted to leave you with after this little slideshow is that this is just the start of AI, and it's going to get even easier and better. Like the AI race is in full gusto right now because there are like these 4 or 5 companies, and they're all competing with each other to be the best. So which is good for consumers because you get the best. And then you have to build your AI muscle, very, very important, because otherwise the switch to AI way of doing things will not happen. And for that, you need to use AI every single day and start using it for non-related work stuff and build the muscle like that, and then move to work related, whichever way works better for you. And think and do everything with AI. Like always have a chatbot open to discuss.
And then also there's apps too. I know Gemini has so it's on your phone.
Yes, it's on your phone.
Gemini has an app. I know Chat has an app.
Yeah, GPT, Claude.
Yeah.
They all have an app, so you can have an app.
So whenever I have a question, I will just dump it into my phone and have it give me an explanation for that. So I would really encourage, it's just you have a brain with you at all times.
Exactly.
It's pretty
Yeah.
incredible, you know. So maybe we can come up with a few I said prompts, I should say, that will help ministers. Did you think about that at all, Deepa?
I have one for volunteers, like thank you notes, like or anybody like in the church. So for the ministers, I think the best is to basically brainstorm. What is it that the message that you're going to give this Sunday? And brainstorm that idea. Like, don't take it. Um, what AI gives you at the first go, because it could be very generic. Like, just brainstorm. Like, give me, like, for instance, you can say, um, you know, I did have it somewhere. Give me a second. Yeah, so basically just brainstorm it and then weave in that raw knowledge into your own style, and then put it back into chatbot and say, help me improvise, or help me take it to the next level if you want. So it's basically having a conversation. So I don't think, when I say prompts, I don't really think of them as prompts like, I think of them as conversation, having a conversation with the chatbot. And it's always good to break down your conversation, then give everything in one go. So that's something my engineers have taught me, like, always break it down. Like, always start off with the first, this is what you want to do. Then it gives you something, then you act on something, then you put it back, so break down your conversation, because it breaks down the context. Like, for the AI to, the smaller the context, the more focus the AI has.
It'll be less confused.
And more focus for the AI
Yeah.
to work on. So always break it down. But like, for instance, if you need to write like thank you notes for 50 volunteers, and you want to personalize it for each one of them, and maybe you're spending your Saturday doing it, handwriting it and trying to personalize it. But now with AI, you can do it in seconds. You can literally say, hey, I want you to write a warm, appreciative note for volunteers, and turn them into 5 different. These are 5 different variations I want of that note. One is for the volunteers who helped out with the food pantry. Another one is for the volunteers who helped out with the after-school programming. One with the Sunday service. So you can have, like, quickly it'll be done, all done in like, you'll have 5 different sets of thank you notes for volunteers, all done in like seconds.
Yeah, that's powerful. Yesterday, I put together a grid, a foundation grid for one of my clients in Atlanta, and he had about 5 foundations, and you actually pulled some for me, and so we added them in there. But I wanted to. It only had the name of the foundation. It had what did it have? The focus of the foundation.
Eligibility, amount, and
yeah,
application
and it had the amount.
Application, yeah.
And so I added the dates of the RFP. I added what else did I add? Oh, contact information and something else. And I put it into chat, and I said, Chat, I want you to fill this out. I want you to go online, look at the latest information, fill out this grid. It took me about 4 or 5 times to get it right, but it got it right. It filled it all out. It would have taken me, I think it was a total of 20 foundations by the end. That would have taken me about 2 hours.
Yeah, no,
at least.
search is so powerful. It is
at least.
so powerful.
And so it went in and filled out all that information.
Yeah. The thing is that before, like, manually, we had to go through search pages of one after the other,
Right.
and pull out the information, then piece it together, prepare a document. Now AI just does it all for us, so it's really great.
But you just have to iterate exactly what you want, because it gets a little hairy. Like, when I first did it, it just dumped it all in one square. And so you have to say, no, that's not what I asked you to do.
You have to be very
specific. I asked you to do this.
Yeah.
So
You have to be very specific. And as I said, effective communication is the most important skill set we need to have. We need to forget about everything else. And the ability to communicate with AI precisely and concisely is the most important thing.
And then I will say, sometimes I'm pretty precise and it just gets it wrong. And so you just have to get it to
You have
get
to
in
give the
yeah,
context.
yeah,
It's like, so think of AI, like the way I make people understand is it's a highly smart, dumb assistant. It is very knowledgeable, but you need to really guide it. So if you have a volunteer who starts who comes to your ministry and wants to start helping out, you will spend a good 1 hour explaining everything to the volunteer, right? Like you will do the transfer of knowledge. And so that transfer of knowledge we need to do with AI too. And sometimes people think AI knows it all, and if we say a word, AI will figure out, it'll read our mind, it'll probably do the thing for us. No, it can't read your mind. You have to give the context to AI. What is it that you're trying to accomplish here? And what is the background?
perfect. That's perfect. So are there any demonstrations you want to do live? Did we want to try that?
Yeah. Are there any requests like of anything that they would want to see?
Yeah. Are there any questions that you might have for Deepa that you would like her to run something for you while we have her live? We have at least another 15 minutes. Is there something that someone would like to see? And then while people are thinking about what they might want you to see, why don't you have it do a newsletter, a church newsletter? Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go with your, let me go and share my screen once again.
And maybe you can, food bank, after school program.
So what goes into, so this is Gemini, if everybody can see my screen. If you go to chatbots, like they have many large language models, like many different kinds of computer brains. And obviously, whenever you go and have an option, always choose the latest model. So fast means it'll be really fast, and reasoning means it'll take time to think and respond. So choose 2.5 Pro. And then here you can create videos, you can do deep research, you can create images. This is how it looks, the inside of it looks. Help me. So when you say I want to create a church newsletter, basically, do you need help with the outline, or do you need help with, because multiple things goes into a church newsletter, right?
Yes. So let's just have it come up with, let's just start from scratch. So This is the first time this church is doing a newsletter, and we want to do it around their programs. And let's say they have a food pantry or food bank, they have a youth program, and they have a affordable housing.
Have programs such as, this is the first time, and if you be more specific, it's better. Like you can say this is the first time the church in so and so place. Like, specificity is always great, but let's just go with this. This is the first time church is doing a newsletter, and they have programs such as food bank, after school, affordable housing,
and youth program.
How should we, let's start with the structure. How should we structure the,
yeah. And then ask it what, usually I will tell it to ask me whatever relevant questions it needs. I don't know if you do that.
We can go step by step. As I said, like it's with the LLMs, like step by step is better. So we can ask for the structure, and then the next step we can ask it to do is to tell us, like your next query, basically. How should we structure the newsletter? Let's go with this. And so it's thinking, it's a reasoning model. Like it takes a few minutes to show thinking. You can even see how the model is thinking. But that just for background, like how's it breaking down your query and thinking. But we didn't mention the church, where it is and all. But if you provide more data around, we're based in so and so neighborhood or in so and so city, and this, it can go down into those details as well. And so then it came off. Of course, launching the first newsletter is a fantastic way to connect. Theme for the first issue is Welcome to a Community in Action. Newsletter structure breakdown. The masthead, you have a top banner, the church name and logo, the newsletter title, a welcome message from the pastor. program spotlight. And then what was your next query, Paul? Like what you said, and also tell me. So get involved corner,
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Go ball into a corner. That's a great
yeah, and
idea.
then you can now use an image. Okay, help me create
Yeah.
an image. I'll just say for this newsletter. And if you have ideas, give like if you have something in your mind, like what kind of image, but I'm not going into specifics. And spelling mistakes are fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And it's created this image. It's created this image. But if you specify, then what you have in mind, like what kind of image, maybe if you say, I want an image of community garden.
And you can make it a Black community.
Yeah, I want an image of a community with diverse community members. Community members tending to it.
And I don't know if you can see the chat. Jason has a prompt that he said that we could add a thing to the newsletter.
Oh, amazing.
Palms 13. So it can be a mini letter or mini story in the newsletter.
I can't see. Let me go to the chat while that's happening.
Oh, that's cool.
So, sorry, this is. So it basically Harmony Garden, So it can do things like this. It can, you want to like do a deep search on anything, it can do that. It can create videos, anything it can do. So do you want me to look at the chat and prompt?
Yeah, go ahead and put Jason's suggestion.
Yeah, definitely.
In the newsletter.
I will. Oops.
He's at the bottom.
Yeah. Trying to copy it. Why isn't it not copying?
And then we can have it do an image of it too at the end.
Okay. So let's go back here and I'll start a new chat. So this is something to keep in mind. When the conversations in a chat, say, for instance, become too long, it's always important to start a new chat because that chat has memory, it's called the context window in technical terms, but it has memory. So it has to reference back to your previous conversation. So if it's become too long, the chatbot might forget what was discussed previously. And if you're starting something new, like a new project, don't continue on the same chat because then it'll get confused. Because we'll say here.
But he's actually saying as a part of this newsletter.
Okay, so if it's as a part of the newsletter, okay. So let's go back and then go structuring the church's newsletter. Okay, let's put it. Generate a newsletter article reflecting. Okay, let's just go this site events that happened in Southern California in the past month, right, for an 8th grade level. Okay. So he's mentioned the level, so which is great. Like you can say, right, what level. It's creating an image. Wait. Oh, it created the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's cool. Created an image with, let's read a bit of it. How long, Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I wrestle with my thoughts and every day have sorrow in my heart? How long will my enemy triumph over me? And then it's created this whole thing.
That's good. It sounds like Jason might be a user, so he knowing to ask for
I
the
can put
grade
this in the
level.
chat.
Yeah, this is
I'll
great though.
put this in the chat.
Yeah, that's great. Are there any other questions or comments that we would like from Deepa? And then Deepa, what takeaway do we want to give our audience today that you put together? Was there anything you put together for them this time around?
Deborah has put together the prompts,
Oh,
5 prompts
that's right.
by the
Yes, we have
ministry.
some prompts here that we can send to everyone. And then also, we're going to make sure that you have Deepa's contact information on there as well. So you can look at Grant Orb, because Grant Orb is it's just a monster.
Yeah, it is. I would want to say something like I recently wrote a piece about AI and grant writing, and I said everything that we've known about grant writing, we need to forget, because it has changed with AI. And we are not the doers, we are the reviewers. We are the ones who give the instructions. AI does the work. Our work is to then review it. And all our work can be done in like 5 minutes, especially with a tool like Grantor, where it's all designed for writing grants. And so if initially you thought you could only do 5 grants, now you can do 50 grants. And organizations that use us are actually like, somebody just submitted a 50K grant last week, and now this week is submitting a 100K grant. So you can, all you need is ideas and vision and your capacity to deliver on it, and you can write as many grants as you want and send it out in no time to different organizations.
That's amazing. It is amazing. Is there anything else? Any other questions or comments anyone would like to make in the chat? And Deepa, is there anything else you'd like to say before you go?
Now, my only recommendation is start using AI, make it your friend, and all the concerns. The poll questions were really great, and everything. Like, it's not expensive. It is actually, you can get like, I don't know, PhD level work done for like 0 cents, literally, because
Yeah.
you can get started with the chatbots for free and it costs nothing. And they're literally, like they say, PhDs in your pocket, right? Like that. And you definitely make it a habit. I think that's the hardest part, making it a
Yeah.
habit to use it every day. So if you download the apps, like ChatGPT has an application, Gemini has a mobile application, have it on your mobile phone. And whatever you did with Google, like initially, like you searched for recipes or you searched for, I wanted to go blueberry picking here in Vancouver. And instead of searching, I just asked, where should I go? Where are the farms I can go? And it gave me like a list of farms, So it just saves you time.
Yeah.
Because, otherwise, you're just surfing through so many blog pages to find the best. So yeah, just get started like that, and then you will build your muscle. I think that's the most important part.
And then also, too, Deepa, I think you mentioned there is a discount for.
Yes.
Go
There
ahead.
is, yeah. You can. This is a special for Paul's community. I really like. I really would love to help you all. Accelerate your mission, fund your programs. The kind of work y'all do is so important. The fact that it's it's in every neighborhood, right? It's so neighborhood driven. And community, like that's community. Neighborhoods are communities, and your programs are right in the communities, in the heart of the communities. So go and write as many grants as you want. Seriously, like it's easy. We made it easy. You don't need to know anything about grant writing. You don't need to know anything about prompting. You just need to know what is it that you're seeking funding for. Put that idea into that wizard, and it creates it all for you. So this is a discount like Church 20. You can take 20% off on any of our plans. And I'm always there to help. So anytime you want to talk to me, you've written the grant, but you still want to talk to me, you can talk to me. I'm always available.
Thank you so much, Deepa. This has been so helpful. And then also, I think Deepa has written, we've stolen Deepa from Canada. She's now our partner. And so she's even written a couple blogs on our website. So Deepa will be around, and I think we're bringing Deepa back too. There's another lunch and learn that we're going to be doing as well. So Deepa will be around, but make sure you reach out to her because I just can't tell you how powerful Grant Orbit is. I don't even know what else to say. And then also Deepa has something else coming. She's got a bunch of things she's going to be announcing, I think, next week. So there's a lot of exciting things that's going on.
Grant Search, where we want to keep feeding you with grants that are applicable to your mission. So you never stop writing grants.
So it will be crawling the internet, sending you opportunities for you to write grants.
You don't have to spend time searching. It just comes into your inbox, and we'll have templates. You can pull it up. It's all going to be so magical. Like I'm really taking. Yes. I keep telling my engineers, I'm taking my people from the Stone Age to the AI age.
Perfect. That's perfect.
And we've designed it for you. We've made it so simple, so you don't have to spend even a second thinking what's going on here.
Right.
It's designed keeping people who work in communities in mind, because they have no time to understand technology.
Right.
They want to use it, and get the work done. So that's what it is.
And what we've done is we've purchased, I think, the second largest. And what we do is we use it for our clients for free. So we go in, I think we have 50, is it?
Yeah.
I think 50.
Yeah, you do.
So whatever, when our clients are writing grants, we just throw it in, call Deepa, hey, what does this look like? She's like, great, boom, and then it's out. So if you're working with us, it's free. If you are not working with us and you still want to use it, it's still a fantastic price that Deepa is doing, and plus you're getting a discount. So it's pretty amazing. But I like I said, I've been doing this for 30 years. I've never seen a tool this powerful. You just laugh. You're like, some people are going to be, really doing some big things. The only thing that you have to worry about is you have to be able to deliver on the program.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Actually,
it'll get you the money, but you better be able to deliver.
You better be able to write the report.
Exactly. Well, soon it'll be doing that, right?
Yeah, we have the report too.
Yeah.
But the thing is that they need receipts, and so many other compliance issues are there. Like once you get the funds,
you got to do the real
and then
work.
You want to build the relationship with that foundation, right? Because they already have given money to you. They would love to give you again. But if you don't report back or you don't build that relationship, then you might not get the second time.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much, Deepa. We truly appreciate you.
Same here.
And all that you're doing and helping this community, this most important community. And so thank you. And we'll be talking very, very soon.
Yeah.
All right. You be well. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.